1, 2, 3, 4. It is 7 p.m. I call to order this meeting of the Middlebury Development Review Board for April 9th, 2018. There's only one agenda item, an application request by David and Robin Cole for conditional use review of their front setback waiver pursuant to section 724. Are there any communications from the public that are not on the agenda tonight? Hearing none. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of February 12th, 2018?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Are there discussions, changes, comments, corrections on the minutes?
We don't have them.
We don't have those.
You don't have them? Did you?
I thought I sent them to you.
They were in,
No.
they were in
Uh,
the
email.
They were in the email. I got them in the email.
Oh, I didn't put them in the, didn't include them in the packet?
They're great.
Oh, well, dock my pay, guys.
Again?
Again, yeah. Gonna be a slim week.
Pretty quick you'll be paying us.
When it comes to that point,
Okay,
sorry about that. I did include them in the email, though.
Yes,
right?
you did.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, I did see them there.
Yes, the more diligent end of the meeting read them in the email.
okay. Who has read them?
We all read them,
You read the minutes?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I read them in the
I
email.
didn't.
You did not, okay. But we've got a quorum that have read them, is that correct?
Yeah, yes.
So are there any changes, comments, or corrections?
No.
All in favor of the approval of minutes of February 12th, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Did you need a motion to approve those?
Had a motion.
We had it.
We did, okay, I'm sorry.
And are you gonna vote for them or abstain?
Abstain.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the business agenda. An application request by David and Robin Cole, application 2018-8-151, doing business as Mechanical Advantage for conditional use review of their request for front setback waiver pursuant to section 724. Applicants propose to construct an addition to an existing non-conforming structure located at 2106 Route 7 South in the PhD zoning district, parcel 08151. Okay. The following is the DRB oath for applicants, interested persons, and those wishing to participate in this hearing. Do you affirm that the evidence and information you are giving in this proceeding is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge and belief? Yes. Okay. At this time, I would ask members of the board if any member has a conflict of interest regarding this application. At this time, does any member wish to disclose any ex parte conversations concerning this case? Hearing none, if you would like to come forward and briefly explain your proposal.
You did.
Yes.
So we came before you about a year and a half ago, proposing this exact same thing. So we haven't really changed anything from what the original proposal was. When it was rejected, we were encouraged to wait, and that you all were spending some time reviewing the waiver requirements or rules, and so we did, and are now just reapplying it. It's an addition to the back of the sort of the side back of the property. It will be accessed from the inside. It's just there was a picture up there of the property. I don't know what you have in
Yes,
front of
Yeah,
you.
we have.
So yeah, it's just you can, it won't, yeah, so basically, this section right here, it just filling it in, making this more of a square. It's really we don't use that area at all, and so it was a great place to sort of add a little extra space for basically air compressor, move some machinery around. My husband's business is growing, and he just needs a little bit more space. And that is really the most convenient place to put it. We had discussed at one point just going away from the highway, but we have really good parking back there, and we would prefer to use a space that we really don't use. Other than that, do you have any questions? There's all of the things, we're not changing any lighting, it's really not changing the structure, the look of the structure considerably. Anyway, do you have any questions?
Just for the record, the size of the addition you're proposing is 12 by 40,
Yeah,
and you're asking for a 35-foot setback waiver.
yes.
Okay. Are there any questions from the board at this time?
Robin, there's some plantings on that, I'm gonna call it the north side
Mhm.
of the building now where the addition is going to be. Do you plan on having some new plantings once the addition's up?
Right now, it's mostly just dead shrubs. There is a lovely tree that's up front, and we won't touch that at all.
Okay. Yeah.
I think actually clearing out I think
Mhm.
a long time ago, there was a pool back there, and it's part of right there is a bunch of broken concrete from where the pool deck was,
Okay.
maybe. There's an interesting history of buildings, but, so it's, right now, it is a bunch of shrubs, just, we hadn't planned, there's part of a fence that we'd like to fix as part of,
Okay.
part of what we're doing. You can kind of see a
can
little
see.
bit of where that is.
Yeah, I see that.
But we hadn't spent much time thinking about.
Am I right that as the addition comes out, it's basically consistent with the rest of the framing of the building? And so it doesn't come further forward than the south edge of the building as it comes out from behind the house, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So basically, what is that?
There's some
Sure,
pictures.
put it, show that in here. So
Yeah.
this is where,
Could you step to the side so that the camera can, yeah, that's good.
where the camera
Yeah.
is, but, so this is where the original building is
Yep.
here. And then this is sort of a connector between the building
Yep.
and the sort of commercial space. And it wouldn't go in front of even this space here, the
Yep.
connector space. It really just goes up to, it doesn't go to where the original house is.
You're just filling in the corner that you would have built if
Yeah.
you had had that ability at the time.
It would be a big rectangle instead of one with a little cutout.
Robin, would the pitch of in the picture that was sent, would the pitch of the roof carry through all the way at the same?
Yeah, probably
Eh,
close to it. There's quite a bit of room, and not looking to, yes,
Relatively speaking, it would stay consistent with the bump out that's in the back.
yes, it would, because it's hard to tell here, but that bump out actually is a full height. It's roughly about 8
I can see
feet.
a man door going
Yeah.
into the side of it, so, yeah,
Yep.
okay.
And the entrance to it will just be through the inside. It's really going to just be part of the commercial space in back.
Mhm.
Any other questions or comments at this time? Any additional comments from staff? Okay,
I have not.
any comments from the public on this proposal? Hearing none, is there a motion?
I move that the Middlebury Development Review Board, having reviewed the application submitted and having heard and duly considered the testimony presented at the public hearing of April 9th, 2018, approve this request for setback waiver to construct the proposed 12 by 40-foot addition to be located 90 plus or minus feet from the center line of Route 7 as shown on the site plan submitted for parcel 08151 located at 2106 Route 7 South.
Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there discussion on the motion?
Well, never mind. I just would like the public to know that's watching this, why we're now approving this. I think we should make some comment about why this is being approved this time and it was denied the last time, in reference to some zoning changes. I don't know how you want to do that.
I can state that if you want a summary. I can tell you why I'm voting for it.
Oh.
So I think the building makes a lot of architectural sense. The setback, I think that there was consensus on the board that the setback waiver, when it was applied for originally, made sense rather than other alternatives, which would involve destroying and rebuilding the loading dock, and that it had no substantial impact on the highway district, which is what the setback was intended to protect, because the building extends the same way on the other side of the building. So I think that none of us felt at the time that it was, in fact, a worse or more impactful encroachment, but this body did not feel like we had the authority to grant a setback waiver, and we told the planning commission that, and the applicants were thankfully not in a giant rush to get it done, or maybe they were just had the patience of saints, and that's why we're here today,
Perfect.
from my point of view.
All right,
But the planning commission changed the rules,
that's
yeah,
great, they did.
in essence.
They gave us the discretion to do this.
Any other comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for making the time for us to do this.
Thanks for your patience.
Good luck with your business.
Well, and for also spending the time to correct the.
There you go.
Have a good night.
Sure.
Do that.
Other business? Okay, then at this time, I think this board would like to publicly thank Scott Foster for his decades of service, both on this and I believe the Planning Commission. And since he's moving to another town, he no longer will be on this board, but we just want to thank him for his long service to our community. Any other business? One other thing, there was another case that we heard very similar to this on Route 7, right across from G-Stone Motors, that they wanted to build a garage on the side of their house. And we denied that, I think, basically for the same
I
reason.
remember.
Is that something that we should at least notify that particular person?
No, they had an option to purchase and applied that way. It was Roberto Gomez. And he ended up passing on the purchase. Someone else has purchased it since then, and I see
Okay.
that they built a children's play structure.
Okay, all right, okay.
Was the studio school the same issue, or was it more complicated?
Studio down, the old Bear Restaurant.
Nothing was denied for the studio
They weren't
school.
denied.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, it's more complicated.
Okay, anything else? Do we have a next meeting? Yeah?
We do not.
Okay,
We will not have one on the 23rd at this point.
okay. All right. If nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 We are adjourned. All done, Kathy.
Where did